The cold stone walls of the secret chamber seemed to breathe with malice as the light flickered, casting eerie shadows on the faces of the few who had gathered here. Lord Rivenwood, with his piercing eyes and unyielding jaw, stood in the center, the air around him charged with a tension that could be cut with a sword. "You must see the need for this," Lord Rivenwood began, his voice a velvet that grated like sandpaper. "The eastern marches have always been the bulwark against the dark tide of the west, but now we face new threats from the north. My alliance, it is a necessary step to ensure our survival." Lady Vale, draped in the flowing garments of power, leaned forward, her silver hair a stark contrast against the shadows. "An alliance? With the House of Nightshade? You are aware of the reputation they carry. The tales of their cruelty and their methods are well known." Lord Rivenwood nodded, as if the truth was as evident to him as the blood-red moon that hung heavy in the night sky. "Their methods, yes. Their reputation, yes. But what is reputation compared to the future of the Eastern Marches? They offer us more than just protection. They offer us a guarantee that our sovereignty will be respected." The room was silent, but for the soft scrape of a boot on stone and the occasional breath of a nervous man. Lady Vale's heart pounded against her ribs, the rhythm echoing in her ears like the distant roll of thunder. "My lord," she said, her voice steady but unmasked, "is this the move we truly desire? To ally ourselves with such a house is to cast away our honor. It is to play the game not with honor but with fear and treachery." Rivenwood took a step closer, his presence a wave of power and control. "Honor, my lady, is a luxury we cannot afford. We play this game not for what we want, but for what we need. The House of Nightshade, they have the might and the will to keep the wolves at bay." Lady Vale's eyes met his, and for a moment a silent battle played out. In that brief exchange she saw the calculation in his gaze, the truth that perhaps he was not so different from her. She had always played the game, a game where the stakes were the lives of countless people. "And if the cost is too high?" she whispered, the words barely escaping her lips. "What then?" Rivenwood smiled, a chillingly genuine expression that made her blood run cold. "And the cost will be paid. We are all pawns in the Game of Thrones, and sometimes the only way to protect the one we love is to sacrifice a few to keep the board safe." At that moment, the door creaked open, and the silhouette of a cloaked figure stepped into the room. Lady Vale's breath caught in her throat as the figure's head bowed, a gesture that spoke of reverence and respect. "Lady Vale," the voice said, its owner's face hidden beneath the hood. "There is a matter you must know of." The silence stretched, thick and oppressive, as Lady Vale felt the weight of the revelation upon her shoulders. The game was changing, and with it, the stakes were escalating. "The Eastern Marches have been betrayed," the figure continued, each word hanging in the air like a curse. "The realm to the north has moved to annex the land. It is not an idle threat. They are preparing an army." The revelation hit like a physical blow, and Lady Vale staggered backward, the world spinning around her. Betrayed. The thought was inconceivable, a betrayal that went beyond any she had ever faced. "And who," she gasped, her voice barely a whisper, "could be responsible for such a move?" The cloaked figure lifted their head, revealing a face marred by sorrow and betrayal. the one who should have been your most trusted ally. The revelation was as stunning as it was chilling. Lord Rivenwood, the man she had trusted with her life, was the architect of her betrayal. And now, the game was not just about power and control, but about survival and the price one paid for it. The chamber grew cold, the shadows longer, and the truth of her situation settled heavily upon her. The game had changed, and with each move, the lines blurred between what was right and what was necessary. But as Lady Vale stood there, amidst the political intrigue and the shattering of trust, she realized that the game had always been personal. The cost was high, the stakes were everything, and the choice was clear. She could continue to play by the rules that had been set, or she could change the game entirely, on her terms. The door to the chamber swung shut, leaving Lady Vale alone with her thoughts, the choices before her, and the silent promise of the darkness that now surrounded her. The cut, just as Lady Vale's mind raced with possibilities. The door swung open again, a voice calling her name, cutting through the silence and the tension like a blade. The reader is left hanging on the precipice of discovery as the story teeters on the edge of revelation. The dust settles on this chapter, but the saga is far from over. What did you think of the moves made today? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We release new chapters every Tuesday and Friday. Your participation is the foundation of this journey. Thank you for being part of the story. We'll see you in the next one.